features and the targets discussed earlier by Sandra and Nikki, we created several models using logistic regression and random forest classifier algorithms to classify a user, whether their spending level would increase in the month after they answer the NPS survey, or if it will not increase. So, as mentioned earlier, it's labeled 1 if it increased, and labeled 0 if it did not increase or if it decreased. So here are just some scores for the models that we use. So we use the final model uses random forest classifier based on its accuracy, precision, recall, and endpoint scores. Now, we have these scores, but what's more important to us is what features did our model use to classify users. So it can be seen here that the top features are NPS, the Net Promoter Score, the ARPU or the spending level of the user, and the district or the location of where the user is. So we'll showcase several plots that shows how the, so here we have on the y-axis we have values from 0 to 1. So this is a probability of how likely a user will increase their spending level in the month after the NPS survey. So this probability is plotted against the Net Promoter Score, value seen in the x-axis, from 1 to 10. And here we can see we have some example users. So let's go for user A. So user A has an NPS of 1. Now, you can see here that user A is 60% likely to increase their spending in the month after they answer the NPS survey. In comparison, we have user B. Let's say user B has the exact same user profile as user A, but the only difference is that they answered 6 when they were asked, how likely are you to recommend the brand? So user B automatically gets 20% increase in their likeliness to spend more the month after they answer the survey. So what this shows is users that give high Net Promoter Scores are more likely to increase their spending the month after they contacted customer support. So we also explored several dimensions. So here we have spending level. So each line represents a different spending level. Highlighted in blue is 1 to 20 pesos, and highlighted in yellow is 50 to 100 pesos. So let's keep out with the user example. So we have user A. So user A, let's say it's at 50 to 100 spending level historically. So if he gives an NPS of 1, he's 50% likely to increase spending. Basically a coin toss. But if the same user, user profile, gave an NPS score of 6, they are now 80% more likely to increase their spending. So here we can see that users who spend between 1 to 20 pesos or 50 to 100 pesos with a score of at least 6 are 30% more likely to spend compared to their counterparts who gave a score of 1. Then another feature that we explored was the district or the region. So here we have lines representing users from North Luzon, Central Luzon, NCR, South Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. So similar to the spending level, we can see here that users from South Luzon and Visayas with an NPS of at least 6 are 30% more likely to increase their spending than users with the same profile but with a Net Promoter Score of 1. Now we have, so earlier it was mentioned by Sandra that a large chunk of our NPS respondents are from NCR. So we felt that it was good to take a look. What issues are these users from NCR experiencing that are affecting their spending level? So here we can see on the red line, we have connectivity issues. So users from NCR who experience connectivity issues are less likely to increase their spending compared to other users who experience like maybe products or services or roaming issues. So even at high NPS. So this one, we're going at an issue level now. So, but we have all these probabilities. So what can we do with it though, right? So here, let's give a sample subscriber. So our subscriber has a spending level of 50 to 100. So let's say it's normally distributed, and we can say that his average spending is 75, the average revenue our company can get from him. He contacted customer support, was asked, How likely are you to recommend the brand to your friends and family? He answered 6. So we have a probability of 0.8 that the user will increase in spending. So from there, multiplying the probability with the expected revenue, we can get that there's 130 pesos expected average revenue for the user in the month after they answered the NPS survey. So if we use the same application with a user with an NPS of 1, we can see that there is a 30 peso difference in the expected average revenue for user groups with this kind of profiles. So that's all for the insights, and now let's have Rosh for a deeper look at the conclusions and recommendations that we have for the study.